Let's work together.
Oh, EG, he was shortly then knocked into the water, and that is how he thawed out. We're not too sure how he got knocked into the water. Maybe the landmass was evaporated due to pinfall. Maybe it was an explosion that knocked him back, or maybe it was Kuzan who pushed him in the water. There's a lot of options here, but either way, regardless, Saul is alive. But he does have burn scars. That is important, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But yeah, Saul survived, and once we talk a little bit more about this, but Robin took him off and said, that is hell of a precedent. Let's not dwell in the past. Let's focus on today. So, give me a hug, right? She said, you gotta praise me for being alive for all these years. And Saul does just that. And, you know, like I said, it's enough to bring tears to the romance face. And that is where we end off. With an emotional hug between Robin and Saul. And it's actually really impressive
Sunfall.
that up until that last page,
The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Caja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath.
And yeah, we end off, and
We
all
will
this
learn much from this Aloy.
Of course, Blue,
That's what I'm
Zoro,
hoping.
and Jinbei, they're locked in. You know, they don't want to cry. But everybody else, rightfully so, are really emotional. And yeah, that is what we have. End of the chapter. There is a break.
Whenever someone says the word ceasefire, she's very pale. Is she unwell?
Now,
Yes.
on to what everybody
She's
is
a fighter,
talking about.
but
Well,
the
not
fever
everybody,
on her
but
won't
is
lift.
Saul,
It only burns
the main
hotter. Her
are
name
the
is...
by
Isn't there
lane.
anyone?
We're
So,
refugees.
base level,
We
I don't
know
think he is.
our
I'll
place.
explain
Is
why. I'm
Galeev.
open to it, but I'll explain
That's
why.
him.
This
He's
chapter
perhaps... He
did
was
not
always
give
like
us
that.
anything new
Well, I'll see
in
about that.
regards
Last
to the
I
man
heard,
marked by
he
flames.
was patching
We
up so...
always knew that Saul had burn scars. The minute Vegapunk said he was alive, boom, is he the man marked by flames? We are no closer to that answer than all the way back when we were on Naked Island. Because Saul was bandaged up, he was burned, and we already knew all of it. This chapter did not give us any new information. But, as far as Saul being that character, it doesn't look that bad, because he is a character
That'll help.
that, one, fits the timeline, right? Ohara happened 22 years ago, this poneglyph got stolen 20-ish years ago. So yeah, that's tracks. As far as transporting the poneglyph, Saul can do that, because guess what? He's giant, right? He can easily just pick up a poneglyph and take it with him. But now, as for why he doesn't work as the man marked by flames, that is because Saul does not have a black ship to our knowledge. He doesn't. He really doesn't.
I'm picking up
Maybe he has
another
to give us
signal.
the background, but we have not seen it yet. And also, there is the whirlpool ability that is yet to be explained. Saul, I don't think he has devil fruit. I'm gonna be honest. But there is something I found out that was really interesting about Saul's character. And apparently, when he was first introduced, he talked about devil fruit, and he said he was envious of their
I must be
power.
closing in on the
So
signal.
there is a chance that maybe he did end up eating a devil fruit down the road, and that was foreshadowing it, right? Saul said he was jealous of the power granted by devil fruit. So yeah, maybe he ate a whirlwind or whirlpool. Another thing that kind of works for Saul is that he
Gotta get it to its head. Let's find a way.
government. That is something that Gideon said during the flashback. And with Saul giving in this chapter, Oda does give him the title of former Vice Admiral, which I thought was kind of interesting, right? Now, I'm surprised they don't just say, oh, you know, Scholar of Elbat, or Historian Saul. No. They say former Vice Admiral. To make Saul
would be a good spot for jumping onto the tonic.
Well, we're going to lab now, Mickey. Yes, if Saul has it, then we have all the poneglyphs. We can go to Lapdale right after Elbaf. And I don't think there's not a lot of places left for us to go, right? We have Lone Star, if Oda wants to go there. We have, Marie's Rock, and then we have Lapdale. There's not a lot of islands left. Saul does have it, yes. I don't think it's that bad. Of course, there are a couple of things that they brought up in the minus just for having journey. Because at that point, we have to talk about James. James was on his island. James. Saul is that man. That means that James has that portable too. And if James has it, he's also going to be on his way to Lapdale. Of course, there is some debate as to how many punishments it had. Some people say 2, some people say 3. And the reason why I think that's a hot topic of debate is because Law, back when he was a kid, the kind of poneglyphs, Law said that it wouldn't feel fair if it didn't happen, right? And then also, during the anime episode, which anime canon isn't manga canon, but there was a scene where kid said, oh, I only need one more poneglyph, one more, and then I'll become Pirate King. So that could either insinuate that Caja has no poneglyphs, or it could insinuate that after Elbaf, the Shanks don't have a poneglyph. So that could work in the There's a lot of weird things about that. It's bringing up anime canon here, but you have to remember that Oda does watch the anime, right? So many things
I can get out of this.
Look at that and say, oh, what did he say that? Or did he tell the animators at that have one order for guys like and so on. Either way though, if Shanks does
Made
have
it. Now to climb up to its head.
then he is on his way to Lapdale pretty damn soon. And whether or not Shanks has the so one from Kid, I don't think matters too much. Because Shanks is friends with Exobushi, Itarashi, he's friends with the Pigs, but he was a part of Roger's journey. Shanks was a zone. So, if he goes there, I don't think you get much pushback, right? You can walk up there, say, hey, how's it going, guys? I know you're weird. I probably know a couple of you guys. I'm here to part of it. Okay, peace out, right? Like, that would really only delay Shanks a little bit. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on there. But either way, I think this is a great development. I love the Robin starting to wrap it. You guys know me, I'm not the biggest Jaguar Saul fan, but when it comes to the Lillian between him and Robin, I'm a big fan of it, right? Cooler wasn't my favorite character, but guess what? I love him. Just how it is, right? You can't forget that. So, since Saul has been a historian, since Saul has been reading books and making the poneglyphs, I wonder if he'll give us more about the Will of Eve. It's entirely possible that this is who we get Will of Eve information from. When they walk into the story and say they are a scholar and have been reading and exploring various books, I set my standards kind of high. I'm expecting a lot out of this guy. And last thing to leave off on with Saul is that if you look at the panel where he's introduced or reintroduced, he actually has a peg leg. How'd that happen? Aokiji did it. Aokiji freeze his leg off completely. Did his leg get blown up like a ball? Did he go through some kind of red leg stem situation with Sanji? I don't know what happened to the leg. But the leg makes sense, but the leg doesn't make sense in my opinion. I'm kind of wondering, did Saul get in a fight with somebody? Overall, this was a phenomenal chapter. I would give it a solid, a 9 out of 10. And I would give it best, right? What's that?
Yeah, this is smelly.
It's smelly.
Every time he goes through a door, it changes. This is so insane. Why'd I bully him? He deserved it. I got it. I rocked it. Okay, wow, I don't think I've ever been happier to be outside of that fucking apartment complex. Alright, anybody got thrusters or bullets for daddy? Toss them up. kill her. I'm gonna kill her. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. She just said I didn't love my dead wife. She's done for, bro. She's done for. Kids nowadays, they don't get taught when the stuff they say is stupid. She gonna learn today. Can we not do that? Can we not do that? Not like the area defense. Oh. More tetanus, thank God.
Are you Galeev?
Cannot wait to
The
stab
he-
myself
I had
with more
planned to
red
spend, but
needles.
you're not from Sunfall, so...
Right,
I
this
came
looks
from
like
the
it's
10th.
blocked.
The answer is no.
What?
No, I
Yeah.
can't. My resources are already spread.
Mountain.
Why won't you help?
Look at it from my perspective.
Oh, it has.
The behemoth's share goes to the military.
Welcome
Of
to
course,
Silent
there are...
Hill, quiet
What's
little
left?
lakeside
That...
resort
Look at it from
town.
my
We're happy to have
perspective.
you.
I
There's
think
no better
we're
place than
calling
here
to...
let go of your busy schedules
What's
and
stopping
finally
me from
enjoy a
just making
relaxing
you do it?
vacation.
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the...
Well, we've only just met, but yes.
And take it up with us. Nothing you can do would compare to my... There's no cure. And yet, if you feel so...
That's not how charity works.
It is how deal...
Those parts aren't exactly...
As it happened, I know it was...
If I do this?
Oh, I'm not... But I'll be heading back...
Please help! Don't leave me here to die!
Come on, then.
Got someone to fight here. Or I'm dead!
This has to be the place. The Thunderjaw shouldn't be hard to find. Just hope I see it before it sees me. Metal flowers. Huh. getting any cooler.
I suppose there's nothing strange about all the men dying. Still, grandfather seemed
I have your machine part. A deal's a deal.
On my oath. But tell me,
It's better than not having it.
what a charming notion. Come, come, let's be quick.
Losing blood!
Is it even possible to feel homesick if your home no longer exists as you remember it?
It's you.
I've brought someone.
How did you... No. Wait. I don't even want...
Smart boy.
She'll have his full.
Once I'm freed of...
This must be some horrible mistake.
Here folks keep disappearing at night. Dessert is if you ask me. Good riddance.
The Sun Ring, a proud tradition of the Caja.
It's not like this in Meridian. At least, not anymore.
Give them time. I'm sure they'll miss it. Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the net?
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
Outlanders, if you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here. Filthy mercenary bottom feeders.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
I hear the Shadow Caja are looking for one of their own. Should pay well.
Looked like he was giving them orders.
By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law!
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of Radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside? I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
And in doing so, demonstrated wanton disregard for the safety
We both know
of
you're
the
no killer for
king's
hire.
subjects.
Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel. Gotta see the sun ring from on high.
But the Kestrels. All he said was...
Ah, they want us to
Suppose
see
there's
this,
nothing so
boy.
strange about
It makes quite an impression.
Outlanders and idiots, but perhaps they're used. For idiots.
All the best
I've
good
sworn
gear.
Sunfall was more crowded just a few weeks ago.
Is the ceasefire gonna put more food on our tables? Very much doubt it.
The food is from Dowager Queen Nasadi, little ones. Her Highness knows times are hard and helps when she can. Eat. Bring some home for your families, if you have one. I've heard whispers about you. Rides machines, fancy spear, delightful freckles. Some even say you have a conscience. How extraordinary.
Who are you? You're obviously not one of the Shadow Caja.
My name is Vanasha. For now, all you need to know is that I'm a whisper of reason in this howling pit of insanity.
I know how that feels.
I'm sure you do. And so does Uthid. He's a good man, so naturally the Shadow Caja want to murder him. I've done some digging, and I think he's headed for the Green Climb. It won't take those mercenaries long to find him. He could use some help, if you're...
Stop being evasive and tell me who you really are.
Stop being evasive? You might as well tell me that I like you. So I'll tell you a secret. Uthid might be...
How do you know Uthid is innocent?
I'm excellent at making inquiries. Look, he feeds orphans from his own rations and personally punishes anyone who hurts the old or infirm. The idea that he would try to kill Edaman is ridiculous. He must have found something that can embarrass the priesthood. Otherwise, Bahavas wouldn't risk marking such a well-regarded man for death.
What makes you think he's on the Green Climb?
He knows he'll be pursued, so he needs a hideout that's both familiar and defensible. He once single-handedly held off an entire bandit clan in those foothills. My guess is that he'll fall back on what worked before.
I'll do what I can for Uthid. But what about you?
What about me what?
What will you do while I risk my life?
Useful things, little huntress. Look for 3 dead trees south of Sunfall. They mark the start of the Green Climb. Good luck.
What's she called? Shiana. I knew a Shiana once. She sang in a tavern.
Lots of whispers around.
How is your sister's singing voice?
She likes ball games. She wants to be a soldier.
Red light. Three dead trees, just like Vanasha said. Let's see if Uthid came through here. Foot tracks stop here. Time to climb. All right, made it. Where did you go, Uthid? Food scraps. I'll bet Uthid stopped to see if he was being followed. He must have kept going. I've got to catch up. A dead machine. Uthid's been hunting. Everything useful has been stripped. Uthid's been gathering components, probably for ammo. Glintox, looking to scavenge. Uthid took down a Ravager. Not an easy kill, but worth it for the parts. Dead Watchers. More scrap for Uthid's stockpile.
The next one doesn't miss.
Uthid?
You're young for a bounty hunter. Or am I old for a soldier?
I'm not here for the price on your head, Uthid. I believe you're innocent.
Innocent? Come on, then. If this is a trick, it's a good one. You've earned your kill.
No tricks. Just...
All right.
I want to know what happened at Sunfall. What really happened.
All right. For weeks, each dawn in the tent city came with a new death. Always in their sleep. The old, the infirm, sometimes the young. Those who couldn't fight for the cause.
Who would do...
They thought it was a curse, an evil spirit. It took time to catch him, but we did.
The High Priest Bahavas? He's the one who put the bounty on you.
Yes. He thanked me for my diligence, then had his guards release the villain. You see? Then they turned on us. Should have died with my men, so their loyalty meant something. Malice and murder. As for honor, sacrifice...
If it's honor you seek...
Those Caja once raided your Nora lands. Raided every land others did worse.
Uthid, I don't care what you did. I can't...
Perhaps. Avad doesn't understand what the sun...
Perhaps he understands it too.
Now you sound like the blame.
I can believe you're a good man. But why go with the Shadow Caja in the first place? Why serve them?
Because of Itaman, of course. But they used him. Used our faith. Bahavas didn't need to disgrace my name. I did.
I met someone who wants to get you out of the...
What are you? Mercenaries. Think they'll all line up to tell me I'm innocent?
Should have stayed on the plains, Caja! The mountains belong to us! Keycook's killers! When we're done with you, you won't even leave an echo!
You didn't make it hard to be followed. Almost as if you wanted to go out in a showdown.
Not much gets by you.
There! Looks like she means to fight! It's up to you now, men! Rally! We can still finish them!
It's gonna rain death!
Move in! We'll send the rest as soon as they arrive. Won't be long now.
Stay on the move!
Keep up the attack. We still got another
Keep the
squad on
pressure
the way.
on.
be the last of them. Follow me. I've stashed supplies up above. Up and over. Grab what you can while we still have time.
Should give me the upper hand.
A robust defense is the most satisfying to break. All right, Marvels. We brought the priest out here, so let's put on a show for it.
I know that, Hood. We've unfinished business, Bahavas and I. This will be difficult. I think you rallied to a lost cause.
I don't intend to die today, Uthid.
I did. But you're starting to change my mind.
Look
Not
out!
bad.
To your left!
My Marvels thrive on adversity. Step it up, boys. Come on, gents, let's get her.
Say goodbye.
Press the advance. It shifts. Oh, sun. Shine.
Look
Not
out!
bad.
To your left!
But my Marvels thrive on adversity. Step it up, boys.
Have a care, Nora. Victory!
Keep fighting, you filthy maggot!
There!
got you now!
That's the last of the marvels.
Bahavas thought he had enough fodder to keep him safe. Now there's hope for justice. Will you come with me? This won't be easy. Bahavas still has his personal guard.
These will keep.
Across there and we'll have him.
I had to come here myself to end your suffering, Uthid, and mine. The Outlanders led us here, and now that they are dead, their price is most affordable. But enough with needles. It's time for blades. Remove them from the sun's sight.
They saw me. This is it.
We'll down them swiftly.
Make it hurt as the shadow falls upon them.
Your shield mates. I shan't let you fall. Stand.
Kill the traitor! Kill Nora! Whatever deal you worked out with him, I'll double it. More than double it.
No. I'm tired of this, Bahavas. The lies and the violence and your cheap scented oils. I don't suppose you'd kill yourself.
I had to. I had to. Prune the weak, or all the Caja and Shadow are doomed.
This solves nothing. But may the sun find some worth among your drying bones.
That was quite a fireworks show.
You took your time?
I was busy. What do you think happened to Yan Shund, the other mercenary band? And I had to organize passage to Meridian for a wanted man. Give us a moment, Uthid. Girl talk. You've had quite a day. I never imagined Bahavas would blunder into his own trap. His death opens up wonderful possibilities. Remember Edaman and Nasadi, the Child King and his mother guarded like hostages at Sunfall? With Bahavas gone, no one will be watching them. I want to get them out. And I could use your help.
What's going to happen at Sunfall now that Bahavas is dead?
Oh, it will be glorious. The priests will panic. There'll be infighting, skullduggery, and backstabbing as they wrangle for power. Best of all, they'll be distracted. Bahavas, your life brought...
What's going to happen to Uthid now?
Don't worry. You gave him a second life, and I'll put it to good use. He'll be welcomed in Meridian as a military advisor. Hopefully he can help Avad finish the Shadow Caja with as little bloodshed as possible.
Kidnapping the Sun King of the Shadow Caja is no small task.
It's not kidnapping. They want to go to Meridian, to safety.
How do you know that?
I've been posing as Nasadi's handmaiden. She's scared. For herself, of course, but mostly for Itamen.
What's going to happen to...
Don't hope...
Why do you care what happens to them?
Itamen is the Shadow Caja's figurehead. If beyond that, he's just a boy who clings to his... It wasn't very good, but still...
What do you need to get Nasadi and Itamen out of Sunfall?
With Bahavas dead, Sunfall is the easy part. Find my friend, Three-Toe Huadiv near the branded shore.
If this Huadiv has...
Contingencies, little huntress.
I'll...
The Nora said you would help me. Are we bound for Meridian?
Only if you want to go, my dear.
What choice do I have?
None at all. I was just being polite.
What makes you think Avad will welcome me after I served his enemies?
He's a forgiving man. Just smile a lot. You can't smile, can you? No, that's a grimace.
I can't spare the weight. You're Three-Toe Huadiv, right?
I got hornswoggled,
Vanasha sent
that's
me.
what. Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the... Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity.
Why do you think Vanasha...
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat.
So Vanasha needed safe...
She made it sound so sweet, and turns out, a lot.
Something attacked you from...
Oh, you picked that up? I wondered why the Shadow Caja didn't pay attention to the tunnels. I barely...
Vanasha will be here soon with an assault.
You're not too bright. It has armor everywhere. You might even be able to... That's all I can offer.
Looks like we're introduced. No more of these.
By the radiant sun, I can't believe it. I thought that evil rock chewer would grind you up. After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
Ah, little huntress. Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Huadiv? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before you're followed. Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection. Oh dear. Here come the Shadow Carter, and they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Huadiv, get Idaman and his mother to the shore. Carefully. So it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood. Some traps would be nice.
Here's good.
Take cover up there, behind that rock. Here they are. Let's make it hurt, shall we?
Haven't you got anything better to do?
You cannot escape our grasp!
Well, that was entertaining, but I suspect we're not done. More of the bastards. Get ready. Jinx it, but we might be in the clear. A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
Damn, I spoke too soon.
This one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league. If anything happens to her, I will be very cross.
We're not going anywhere.
I'll tuck that away.
Not exactly a royal barge, is it? Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we? You've done a good thing. Maybe even ended a war.
Maybe. But my war just keeps going.
Wiedemann, my brother, welcome home. You have nothing to fear. You are now under the protection of the Sundom. My protection. As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word, the law of the sun. Aloy, it seems I see your influence everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
Appalling. I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the redhead gets all the credit?
I'm still getting paid, right?
You'll be lucky if I let you live. I couldn't have done this without you. When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
Like what I have to say, I promise. Stopped Dervahl without breaking a sweat. I had no idea the Nora were so fierce.
Come take a look. I'll give
At least we had our Sun King to guide us. Have a better one.
This is insane.
Hardly.
They're going to see me.
You underestimate the ease of hiding in plain sight. The other side of the tower. Look for a...
I say you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride. I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello?
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. See, by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
That will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message.
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. That Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague.
If Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them. And they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program. And it will not save us. Nothing will save us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating. Waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it. Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
There is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh Plague? I understand it is terrible, but it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. Dorian, I know the Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Where'd you go? Isaac! Ah! Good. Oh! That'll be it.
We're too close to let tribal primitives stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing, dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution, liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off! Get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Want to discuss?
Whew. So, Mama, she was right. My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got...
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits. With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
ZD-02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world, And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
So, the whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the Archive of Knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue.
Inaccessible.
I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East.
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. This kind of blue skying, it's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Save these for the trail.
Intruder! Get her!
Eyes on Whatever me, you Lords. Do, don't die now.
I hashed it out with them. What the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff.
Face the sun's judgment!
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus. Might need this.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day. I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. Why you're hiding it? Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate. My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Hey,
I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Done. I should check the door nearby. Found one. Looks intact. That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open. That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Too close!
Glad I found this.
We've got intruders.
Incoming!
Structural failure prevents access.
Fear the power of the shadow. Bleed for the shadow. A gift from the shadow.
You're...
That's the last of them.
Alert. H-lock structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Battle is upon us. Fight back.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. You probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus.
As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine code. Virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. A waste of time.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. More eclipse.
Careful now.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Elbaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world, ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
To me! Let's take her down! Dead too, if you don't fight!
building, it won't scare them off.
Try. You can't evade. Die, apostate!
Last of them. Along once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
Testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name. Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, a spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
No room. Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office. Looks like it used to hold something.
Lots would benefit from antilogamy morphologies, though Caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good. You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final statement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child. My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
If you're gonna go on babbling like this on...
Oh no.
Maybe some physical...
At that moment, on the mountain, this fate... It was only when that I finally glimpsed. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to eliminate meant to snatch it. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Everything.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember, though. You failed to grasp the point. And with certain...
Then kill his cage and put your face...
The circle has closed. The errant beast now... Oh, after you crashed the Eclipse to rally the forces there, and Mountain and I ordered every Nora killed.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order. Thanks to your destruction of the network. Communicate, you not only doomed yourself, your focus, and yet...
Caja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great raid, the Radiant Tyrann ordered many fates, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eyes of the sun. but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die! Let her be the first of thousands!
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it. I wasn't about to take a behemoth's charge either. Gotta get out of the way. Luring the behemoth into the pillars. That makes a mess. Here he comes. Now you're just a big, dumb target. Come and get it! Those components on the sides of its head, they've got something to do with its first attack. That canister on its belly looks important. So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the sun ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corrupted to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Caja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Useful.